Yo, WWE 2K24's official reveal has given us a lot of information with its cover stars, gameplay tweaks, matches that's finally returning, the 40 years of WrestleMania mode. So, man, without further ado, let's talk about it. As you can see, we will have Cody Rhodes on the cover of the standard edition. Very beautifully made, by the way. On the deluxe edition, we have the greatness of the EST herself, Bianca Belair, and mommy herself from the Judgment Day, the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley, who will be both covering the deluxe edition, which is fantastic because, for one, this is the first time like two women has been on the cover of a video game. And also, Bianca Belair has become the first African-American woman to be on the cover of a 2K game. Well-deserved cover-wise, you know what I'm saying? Cody, leaving WWE, coming back, you know what I'm saying, after his stint in AEW and becoming the main event player that he is. Hopefully he finishes his story. We don't know. Bianca has definitely been the mainstay. Honestly, you can really say she's been the female's John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like, she started to get a little hate after a while, but at the end of the day, though, all her matches were fantastic. And it's just amazing me just kind of going back thinking about it that, like, in NXT, she never won a championship and she was like a heel for like the majority of her time. But on the main roster, she's been like one of the biggest baby faces. So just kudos to her and everything she's done since she's been on the main roster. And for Rhea Ripley, from the NXT UK to becoming the NXT UK Women's Champion, to NXT, to like losing to Charlotte Flair with the A1, that Vegeta gear she had on at WrestleMania was lit. But you know what I'm saying, WrestleMania 39, defeating Charlotte Flair, becoming the women's world champion, and just basically unofficially being the leader of the Judgment Day. But just seeing like how she's, grown to. So yeah, everybody that got the cover, very well deserved. So with WWE 2K23, the newest match type was the War Games match, which was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It was fun playing that online. I mean, when servers actually worked. But that was like the only mainly focused new match type that they did have this year. On 2K24, we are going to have four. We're going to have the Gauntlet match, the Ambulance match. They are finally bringing back special guest referee. And last but certainly not least, the Casket match. Oh, man, I am really, really excited for the Casket match. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time since SmackDown Here Comes the Pain that, that this match was actually in a wrestling video game. So, yeah, that is going to be interesting. And also, just judging by the attire, especially from the Undertaker, WrestleMania 19 is, so are we going to be getting him versus the Big Boss Man? Now, I obviously know one part that they're not going to be able to let you do, but it will be interesting to see if that is one of the matches, in the showcase mode, but I'll get to that later. Also, on top of that, WWE 2K24 will feature new weapon types, including trash can, guitars, and microphones. On top of that, though, they are finally giving us the ability to throw weapons at your opponents. So throwable objects can also be caught and reversed. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the first thing I'm doing is recreating Braun Strowman through and hit Roman Reigns in the head of the chair. Now with Backstage Brawl, they're supporting 4-player online support. And honestly, I never really just played Backstage Brawl like that, especially considering like once you do it in My Rise, it's basically the same areas. But considering the fact that they do have new environmental elements, including the working elevator, a vending machine with throwable sodas and real glass. Shout out to Jack Perry. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Now, look, once again, and I'm probably gonna hear me say this a lot in this video, as long as the servers hold up online, it'll actually get me excited to like do a Backstage Brawl this time, because with the elevator situation, now obviously it's not gonna be like the PS2 days where you was like fighting and wrestling in Times Square, but if they are able to let you go to different environments and go to different levels, and you start in the ring and then you hit an escalator, then you're fighting in the concession stand and stuff like that, like that would be fantastic. Now look, granted, it's something that was done a long time ago, but you got to enjoy the small stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy the little victories. Now, special guest referee, I am really excited about. I mean, because as you can see, Randy Orton, you know what I'm saying? He's a special guest ref. You see KO in the background, and then Randy hits the RKO. So I'm probably going to be that type of special guest ref. I'm not going to lie to you. The best thing about this, though, is that we're finally getting some real life referees back in the game. They did announce that we will be 7 real refs in this game, including Ref Bay, who yes, Lord. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to that. On top of that, you can also create your own referee. So, I mean, if he's not in, well, he's probably not going to be in. So, create Earl Hebner, referees like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely creating red shoes. I don't care, especially in universe mode. Y'all can't tell me nothing. My only request for special guest referee would like to give us the option to turn on and off the ejection meter. I mean, it was cool sometimes, but after a while, like automatically getting ejected kind of takes the fun away from it. So just give us the option to turn that on and off, and then yeah, it'll be perfect. Roster wise, they did say it'll be about 200 superstars if I'm not mistaken, which is a little bit less than 2K23. I think 2K23 is maybe around like 250 or something like that. But I don't really have a problem with that because it wasn't really a lot of releases, you know what I'm saying, this past year. So I'm hoping that the roster will be, you know, as current as possible, and we'll get like less variant version of the same wrestlers. Like you had like 8 John Cena or like 7 Triple H's, or you know 5 Undertakers and Shawn Michaels and things like that. So if the roster is gonna be like slimmed down a little bit, then as long as it's current with the NXT roster, you know, Raw and SmackDown, so I don't have no issue with that. Now we will be getting 5 DLC packs again this year, like we have been doing for the last couple of years. So I'm guessing CM Punk is probably gonna be maybe on like one of the last ones, considering he did come in kind of late. Even Triple H was like, you know, the last minute thing. So I'm guessing that Punk will probably be a part of one of the last DLC. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's gonna work out though. So that kind of also would negate him and his match with Undertaker at WrestleMania from being in the showcase mode as well. But you never know though, so we'll see. Now let's talk about some of the gameplay changes. So 2K preaches improvements in gameplay throughout, including super finishers, trading blows minigame, top rope dive onto a group of opponents outside the ring, double title matches, thank God, new paybacks, and much, much more. So I'm guessing with like the super finishers, it'll probably be like, you know, with Cody doing the triple cross Rhodes, or maybe they're gonna bring back the super RKO that Randy had off the top rope, or you know, like the super AA or something like that. So I'm guessing 9 times out of 10 you'll need to have 3 finishers stored up. Also, on top of that, they did announce that the number of store finishers is going from 2 to 5. So, I mean, if you're playing with Gunther, considering he doesn't really like have an official finishing move, powerbomb, Boston Crab, Lariat. I mean, having the ability to have 5 signatures / finishers is definitely going to be interesting gameplay wise, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. The trading blows mini game also sounds real fun to me also. So it's going to be kind of basically like, you know, the boo yay situation, you know, between the heel and the baby face during the match. Now, if this happens periodically, like maybe in the middle or like the end of the match, or like when both of y'all like having a certain amount of damage or something like that, and y'all both tired and then it kind of triggers, that'll be great. You know, as long as it doesn't happen like in the very beginning of the match, or it gets spammed or glitched out throughout, then yeah, I am definitely looking forward to that, because it makes the matches feel more simulation style and more authentic. So, and it could actually change, you know what I'm saying, how the match goes. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully y'all bring back chain wrestling, because if you add this booyah situation with, you know, trading blows, whatever you want to call it, and then add the chain wrestling back, it'll definitely give you that full simulation style. So I'm just throwing that out there, 2K. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all felt the same way. So we gotta let them know we need chain wrestling to return in 2K video games. The top rope dives onto opponents outside the ring is something that I'm intrigued by, because the first thing I thought about was like, you know, like obviously when Charlotte does that little twisting moonsault, or that ugly ass moonsault she tries to do sometimes, on, you know, onto opponents, or when EO will put a trash can over her head in War Games match and then jump on top of everybody. If that's what it's going to be, now I'm wondering how would you trigger that? Maybe it'll be like an OMG moment, you know, kind of like the OG, you know what I'm saying, games or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see that. So I'm not gonna lie, that's probably gonna make me actually want to pick somebody like Ricochet, because if I can do a double moonsault on somebody like he did at War Games on top of a bunch of opponents, then yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I also kind of want to see how they're gonna animate, you know, people just standing there just looking, waiting to be caught like they do in real life. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that they added that for sure. Double title matches is finally here. I know people like myself was bitching and arguing about it last year, the fact that we could not have double title matches, but they did confirm that double title matches will be in this game. And I'm hoping and I'm guessing that we will like have the new championships, you know what I'm saying, in this game also. So yeah, I can't wait to see how detailed those actually look. But yes, I am happy for double title matches, not only in the exhibition, but they said it will be, you know what I'm saying, in universe mode as well. So, and my GM too. So yeah, like 2K, y'all doing some things over there, and I really appreciate it. Especially the fact that you will now be able to change the damn camera mid-match. Like, I know that sounds like something simple, but the ramp camera is returning, and you can actually change it for like the Royal Rumble too, so that'll actually like work out better. But yeah, the ability to finally change the damn camera is going to be great, especially when you're having like a bunch of multi-man matches, and especially it can go left real quick. Now I'm wondering if you can do that online also and how that would work. But yeah, just the ability to be able to change the camera angles now is going to be so amazing, especially for like content and stuff like that, just getting different angles. And also another small feature to some, but if you play 2K long enough, you know how big this is. They were finally adding the ability to do a quick save, you know what I'm saying, while you're creating your characters. Nothing is more irritating than when you are doing your move set for your created person and you're like damn near done, and then all of a sudden the game just crashed and you got to start all the way over because you couldn't save it. But yeah, and plus as a person who plays RPGs to where I literally save after I do anything, this is gonna be good. It'll actually, you know, add a little bit more creative player slots. It makes me want to like create more people, download more people and stuff like that. So just knowing the fact that I can just hit a button and won't have to worry about, you know, if the game, obviously the better plan will be for the game not to crash, but just knowing that I can just quick save after I do something, it definitely gives me a lot more relief when I'm, you know what I'm saying, creating a character or something like that. So yes, thank you 2K. Now moving on to some of the game modes, we're gonna start with My Ride. So first, once again, it'll be one for each campaign, one for the male, one for the female career. The male will be called Undisputed. Hey, one time for them boys, y'all know what I'm talking about. And the women will be called Unleashed. So not a lot of information has really been, you know, discussed about the game mode so far, but they did do a press release saying that Mick Foley, Roman Reigns, and John Cena will be doing voiceover work for this. So I'm guessing maybe on the male career path, maybe you trying to, you know, like start from the bottom and kind of like either dethrone Roman Reigns or like kind of surpass him. So yeah, like my it's not even a complaint. Well, it kind of is though. The thing I need y'all to do is take out the Money in the Bank match. No matter what difficulty it's on, you gotta win that match by luck. Now, like granted, after a while, I just like to put it on easy. I'm not ashamed, and then just let the computer do the work and then go do it. But yo, the Money in the Bank matches should not be that damn difficult on every single My Career mode. But also, on top of that, they did state that all the unlockables in the mode you will be able to use outside of it as well, like Exhibition and Universe mode. And so that means we're gonna be able to play with Cold Queen and Paragon J in Exhibition. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And it kind of does give it a little bit more replayability. Some people really don't like how long the My Rise career mode is. I have no problem with it. I honestly wish you can kind of like go further because like I said, I mean, not to keep comparing to like the PS2 days, you know, you got multiple seasons basically. So I'm with it, I'm for it. So, you know, as long as they make the cutscenes better, give us the ability to skip them. Like, especially if this is like our second go run. Like, I get it, you know, the first time they force you to watch it, but after a while, like if you doing another My Career, it should be no reason why you got to keep making us watch the cutscenes over and over and over again. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see what they do with it. But yes, once again, knowing that the unlockables will be available outside of this mode makes things so much better. Now, moving on over to My GM mode, they did say that they will have new GMs and new brands to choose from. So I do see that, you know, they did add ECW in the background. So I'm guessing you'll be able to add like WCW and things like that. Now, as far as like different brands, it'll be curious to see which one that you'll be able to add. Maybe some of the ones in the My Facts, you know, the My Rise mode, you'll be able to like throw those in there in My GM mode as well. But the fact that they are adding new brands does make it a little bit more interesting. Now, they did add Eric Bischoff last year, so if you add an ECW, I'm guessing you'll be able to get Paul Heyman, you know what I'm saying, and people like that. DLC wise, especially considering like him and Punk kind of came around the same time for the most part, I wonder if like Nick Aldis would be part of like a DLC pack. Because one thing I will say, and I'll kind of get to it later, but the fact that the pre-order bonus is not like a rap, like a superstar, you know, not like a Bad Bunny or a Snoop. One time for Snoop, I love Snoop, but it's just, you know, we're getting wrestlers this time. Not saying that we won't get them in later DLC, but it's good the beginning DLC packs is all wrestlers. So that is going to be great to see. More championships will be available. So we can just, I'm hoping we can also just select all our title holders from the beginning. Like, I don't want to have to like do a physical, make a tag team match just to like decide who I want the champ to be. Like, let us go to the title screen, let us pick who we want the champs is from the beginning, and then let us just start from there. So I'm not particularly sure what the talent scouts will be about, but I mean, I'm assuming it'll just be a situation where you can just send somebody to like Raw or SmackDown or NXT, kind of like, you know, not tamper a little bit, but kind of like make an offer to somebody. Like, maybe I want to like offer Roman, you know what I'm saying, some money to move on over to different brand, and then, you know, stuff like that. So I'm guessing that's what Talent Scout is. And then the fact that there are an ability for you to be able to trade superstars now between brands though. So my GM is looking up. Universe Modes returns with expanded rivalry action. So run-ins, cash-ins, different scenarios and brawls, new cutscenes. Like I said, special guest referee will be supported, the double title matches, the loser leave town stipulation, which I think they had last year, but I'm guessing since everything is going to be more incorporated, you know, with rivalries and things like that, because that is one thing that they did say that they're kind of like trying to expand on. So I'm guessing the loser leaves, you know, loser leaves brand stipulation or the cash-ins, because we've already had cash-ins, but if it's like storyline wise, so, you know, with like somebody like Damian Priest, if, you know, he got the money in the bank and, you know, he's beefing with Seth, like as an actual rivalry, like maybe the cut scene will be a little bit more different. Now, there was no mention of promos, which I am hoping they bring back, but 9 times out of 10, it's either not going to be in the game or it's going to be kind of embedded into, you know, the rivalry of the story. But yeah, man, y'all gotta give us promos in universe mode. I just don't understand how y'all just can't do that. So for the showcase mode this year, instead of focusing on one individual superstar like they did with John Cena and many others, they will be focusing on the 40 years of WrestleMania. Now, right now, they only announced that it's going to be 21 matches. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see exactly what matches they actually decide to pick. Now, this is going to be my question, because like I said, the showcase mode is going to be what it's about, but also they said you get additional matches and content on the 40 years of WrestleMania mode. So I'm not sure like how many matches is going to be on the showcase and then what matches you'll get with the, you know, the 40 years of WrestleMania edition. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they play that. But considering that, you know, you have superstars who's not with the company anymore, you know, licensing and things like that, 21 is disappointing considering how many it's been, you know, in previous games. But, you know, I'm assuming that it's going to focus on the most impactful matches, you know what I'm saying, throughout WrestleMania. Now, obviously, you could be like, oh, well, they could have just did one match from every WrestleMania. But if we've been 100% honest, it's a lot of those matches, especially like with the earlier ones, that do you really just want to play like that? Like I get it. We want to complain, you know, it should be 40 years of WrestleMania, but it's only really a certain amount of matches throughout that whole time that you just really remember like that. Unfortunately, matches like, you know, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, we won't get that. We won't get the whole, you know, Kofi Mania because, you know, Bryan Danielson is with AEW, or, you know, like I said, with CM Punk kind of joining so late, I'm not sure if we're going to get, you know, his match he had with the Undertaker, but those are just some of, you know, like TLC matches, anything involving Edge or Adam. So, but as of right now, the confirmed matches are Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3. We got Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, you know, ladder match for the IC title, WrestleMania 10. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, submission match at WrestleMania 13. Like I said, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. And Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Universal Championship at last year's WrestleMania, or WrestleMania 39. So, like I said, and even though it wasn't confirmed, just kind of judging by the Undertaker's appearance, you know what I'm saying, in that photo, maybe we get him versus the Big Boss Man. So I don't know, you know, we'll see. The one good thing is, like I said, like all the rewards and bonuses that you get in this mode carries over the exhibition and the universe and stuff like that. So I am at least happy to see that everything that you unlock throughout the game does carry over. Now, they haven't really confirmed if that's going to be the case with my faction, which is the biggest thing and my biggest issue outside the whole microtransaction thing. With that, like, y'all lock some of the best attires and people behind my faction, and the fact that we never had the ability to be able to like translate that and, you know what I'm saying, into like exhibition is freaking ridiculous. So I'm hoping, considering they doing it with everything else, that whatever you get in my faction, you can, you know, carry over into like the regular game. Because if you can't do that, then it'll actually get me a little bit more excited to play like my faction. Like I've literally had like all the platinum and ruby cards and everything, and I still didn't want to do it because it's freaking ridiculous. Last but certainly not least, release date. So if you get the standard edition, which is the cover with Cody Rhodes, that will be $59.99 for PS4 and Xbox One, $69.99 for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. You can also get the cross-gen digital edition, which will be available for $69.99 also, and that will release on March the 8th. The pre-order bonuses, which I was touching on earlier, which once again, I'm excited that we're not just, you know, getting like a Bad Bunny or anything like that. You get the Nightmare Family Pack, which is the undashing Mass Cody Rhodes, Stardust, 1976 version of Dusty Rhodes, and the greatness of superstar Billy Graham. And on top of that, malfashion content, Mattel Bruce Cody Rhodes gold rarity card, and the greatness of his dog Pharaoh as a gold rarity manager card. And like I said, I know I just said I don't really do my faction that much, but I think I'll go ahead and do it if I just get him as my manager. Because I mean, like, why not? Because it'll be hard. Hey, look, if this is gonna be Cody's consolation prize for not being able to finish the story this year, I mean, he didn't win, but we did. For the deluxe edition, which is the cover with Bianca and the greatness of Rhea Ripley, that'll be $99.99 for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. And that edition will release on March the 5th. So you get everything included with the Nightmare Family Pack, but it also includes the My Rise Mega Boost and Supercharger, the gold rarity Rhea Ripley My Faction card, the gold rarity Bianca Belair My Faction card, and alternate tires for both cover stars. So yeah, we did kind of see like early Rhea Ripley's Judgment Day attire and like later on. So yeah, I'm guessing those be the different ones. It'll be interesting to see which attire they pick for Bianca though, because she's always fly and she always switches it up. So yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, which would be $119.99 for PC, PS4, PS5, and both Xboxes. And that edition also releases on March the 5th. Like I said, you get all the content in the deluxe and standard editions. On top of that, like I said, you will get several attires for Macho Man Randy Savage, the WrestleMania 6 attire, the WrestleMania 22 Rey Mysterio gear, the WrestleMania 30 Triple H, Charlotte Flair's gear from WrestleMania 33, Rhea Ripley's from WrestleMania 36, some gold rarity My Faction cards for each of them, and you instantly unlock all playable showcase characters. The WrestleMania 40 arena, which will be available after lunch, so it'll most likely be DLC. To be honest with you, I'm probably gonna get the deluxe edition because the 40 Years of WrestleMania stuff doesn't really warrant me spending that extra money. I'm not gonna lie to you. To each his own. If you want to do it, I am not knocking you for it, but I'll be good with just, you know, the deluxe edition. Just keep pushing from there, to be honest. All in all, man, 2K has given us a lot of information so far, and I can't wait for it. You know, just the fact that you can create a referee and you can change the attire, so you can have like Randy Orton with different referee attire, like John Cena and stuff like that. I can't wait. And the fact that you can also create a sign. I didn't even mention that earlier, but yeah, you can also create a sign now. So for people like Dolph Ziggler, who's not with the company no more, I wonder if he's gonna make the cut, or they gonna like, you know, ask him. But you know, it's like for people like that, we'll be able to like upload images and like, you know, have our own sign and stuff like that. So all in all, man, I am excited. This game has a lot of potential and it is looking on the up and up from here. So but yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this early WWE 2K24 news? If you like what you see, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. But I can't wait, man. Oh yeah, also let me know, the Royal Rumble is this weekend. Who do you got winning? I mean, I'm rooting for Cody to finish his story, but you know, now that Dwayne and them is back, I don't know how that's gonna go. But like always, man, appreciate y'all watching this video. Your boy is out.